No one else saw that. Only you saw it. Now back to regularly scheduled CBS. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. My first guest tonight is a legendary author, an American genius, an icon of the literary world. His latest book, The Dark Tower, The Wind Through the Keyhole of the Dark Tower, I'm sure. He'll probably be able to explain it better than me. He's very articulate. He's Stephen King, for heaven's sake. Listen to that. There you go.
That's quite an audience.
Yeah, no, they're very impressed you're here. I have to say, I am too.
I am too.
Well, I think it's great that you came to this dark, scary basement. Well, you probably feel all right here. It's all right. Now the wind is going through the keyhole of the Dark Tower.
Well, it's a little bit hard to explain, really.
Takes a whole book to explain it?
No, my wife has a title for that we can't really say, but let me tell you something.
Hey. We can say. You're in the right place. If you don't want to, this is
no.
Nice. All right, then, You know what I like about you when you put your jacket covers in your book, Stephen? You always look so friendly and approachable. I mean, you are a friendly, approachable man, but this photograph here, that says...
Kind of, you piss me off.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well,
that's an angry-looking man right there. Well, not angry, just kind of scary.
It's just me hemorrhoids.
Do you have hemorrhoids?
No, well, let's not go there.
Yeah, no. You've clearly never seen this show before. That's where we go first. All right, so listen, let me talk to you about on writing. You know, not just the book on writing, but writing itself. When because you are kind of a genre on your own now. If you go to a bookstore now, it goes, you know, other guys, people write books, Stephen King, like that. And all the, you know, the goths and everybody are all there, like real people. I'm not talking Twilight twinks. I'm talking the real one, you know.
It used to be that way until Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey and stuff, and now I feel a little bit unsexed or something. No,
you know, you are a literary master. We're talking here about porn for illiterates. This is real writing. But when you began writing, when you started out, were you a fan of... I always suspected you were a fan of H.P. Lovecraft, maybe something?
I read a lot of Lovecraft at one time.
Yeah?
I read a lot of Poe, but the people who really influenced me were California writers, Ray Bradbury.
Really?
And Richard Matheson, who did I Am Legend.
Yeah.
You know, and...
You surprise me. I think of you as a kind of New England, kind of walking around, scary crap going on all the time near you.
You obviously have never been to my house.
I'd be too scared.
I'm just a guy. No, I mean, I've been married for 40 years, and my wife isn't scared of me. My job is drag the trash, go out and write the story.
Yeah, well, that's good. I think people expect writers to be like what they write. I mean, I have a friend called Charlie Higson who writes zombie books for preteen or teenagers, and he only when we go for lunch or dinner, he always has ribs though, which kind of freaks me out. But you don't. Do you get all your darkness, you think, into your work? Do you feel that it's a lancing of some kind of boil for you, like it's a removal of some kind of festering pus in your soul that you kind of just push the dark, evil, toxic, noxious.
It just sort of comes out, you know. You just kind of,
yeah, like that. Yeah.
It's kind of like the you know, that chest burst. No. Actually, you know, I'm the most normal guy in the world. But of course, I would say that, wouldn't I?
Well, you would, yeah.
No, the thing is, I have no idea where all this comes from. And, you know, with me, when I do a lot of print interviews, you know, they'll kind of creep up on it. They'll say, by the way, what were you like as a kid.
Oh.
And the subtext of that question is, what
Tootsie Fruits
you up so bad that you're this way? Because we've all got this...
What did you up then?
Now, wait a minute. We've all got this Freudian thing going on. It is what it is. I've always been sort of attracted to stories, particularly things in ordinary life. You know, like, I always thought I had a wonderful idea for a story called The Ladies' Room, which is the one place Superman can't go, and it was going to be in an airport. And it was going to start with this guy and his wife are going to catch the plane. Honey, I just have to use the ladies' room. She goes in and she doesn't come out. And then pretty soon, another couple comes along and she goes in and she didn't come out. And the two men are out there like, what do we do? And I wanted to get all these men together and have but I could never figure out what was going on in there, so I didn't.
I feel you got me all revved up and then left.
See, that's it.
Yeah, you know, I'm all kind of like, yeah. Now what, you have to catch a train or something? What's going on?
No, but see, the thing is, they pay you the big bucks to be able to finish the thing, you know?
Yeah.
And in a way, I mean, one of the great things about television drama is that you never really have to finish.
Don't have to finish. Television in any way, shape, or form. Just throw it up and walk away. That's what I do.
Hey,
yeah, so it's like, bang, there it is. That's it. But the thing is, when you write it down, it's there. This is going to be here longer than you. You know, once you shuffle off this mortal coil, once you go into the ladies' room, Stephen, then this is still going to be here.
Well, yeah, the question is, will anybody read it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
you know,
no, I think you underestimate your position.
And in a way, how much will I care? I mean, I don't think that I'll be hanging around the libraries of the world to take my book.
I think you might actually. I think you might actually be doing that. I think that's a very good idea.
And I mean, if you have some kind of an afterlife, wouldn't you have more important things to do?
I don't know. Maybe the afterlife is even more dull than this one. Like, maybe the afterlife is like, oh, this seems to be going on forever.
I'm really glad I came on the show because this is really sort of optimistic and cheered me up.
Yeah. I know. Well, I know what would cheer me up. Commercials. Thanks, man. Thanks, Stephen.
eBay.
So listen, I'm a fan of your work, but I was particularly taken with the book you wrote a few years back, maybe 10 years ago even, called On Writing, when you kind of broke down the process itself.
Yeah.
And made a book out of it, which I was fascinated by. And it's a good book. It's an interesting book. Do you believe that, when you were talking earlier, you don't know where the ideas come from. Are you a Jungian, do you think? Do you believe in the collective unconscious?
I sort of do. I think that there are certain things that we all have in common and certain myths and certain ideas.
Right.
You know, one of the things, I wrote a book called It, you know, this is like, you know, when somebody says, play Freebird.
Yeah.
But I was surprised at how many people said, yeah, you really touched on something. I was terrified of clowns when I was a kid. And, of course, anybody who's ever seen kids around clowns know that they're not that funny. I don't know where we got the idea that they were.
They're not. They're drunk hobos that want to kill you.
That's right. Yeah. And that's what they look like to the kids. You know? And you take the kid, ha, 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 and the kid goes crazy. But that clown figure is the same in a lot of different cultures and a lot of different societies, and children have the same reaction to him everywhere. So I guess to that extent, I'm a Jungian.
Yeah, did you ever, you know, the Red Book? Do you got a copy of the Red Book, that the thing Jung wrote, this masterwork of drawings and runic writing? And did you ever see that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Really? Oh, you love it. He went a little nuts for about, strangely, between 1914 and 1918, he locked himself up And he said he brought down all the ideas for the rest of his life, he said, came really from that 4-year period.
Really?
Yeah. Do you think that is there anything similar to you? Is there a period in your life where you thought that's when the stuff was really coming in? Or
yeah, there was a period in my life when it felt like all this stuff was trying to bolt out at the same time. And I'm not kidding. It was like a crowd being stuck in a revolving door.
Right.
I couldn't write fast enough, and the stuff just poured out. And I think that I've got enough to keep me busy until...
You go to the ladies' room.
Well, until you get to that point where you need the nice man to show you where your home is because you forgot how to get there.
I've been there before.
Who are you, anyway?
Yeah, exactly. I asked myself the same thing. I'm still thinking about that ladies' room thing, man. Anyway, listen, you're going to come back and play with the band, right?
Yes, I am certainly going to do that.
Right, all right. We'll be right back. Dave Barry when we come back. Stephen King, everyone.